Shalom, this is a new Yeshua Israel at Hebrew on the Island too. Today's video is called A Treasure Piece Most Forgotten is to Know. See, life on this flat earth has been hard for most of us. Do you agree? Sometimes it seems we can never catch a break. I know I feel that in my life sometimes, but I'm not going to complain because I've had a lot of good things also. So sometimes it seems we can never catch a break. Peace, and calm times are just few and far between. Only mayhem, stress, worries, financial woes, health crisis, children problems, the list goes on, that plague us, pursue us on a regular basis. And listen, this video is for Hebrew Israelites, which are only niggers that have been scattered to the four corners of this flat earth. I'm not talking about the heathens. We don't care what you guys go through. And not because we're bad. You guys are evil and wicked and lawless and abominable. This is for the Hebrew Israelite. This is a message for the Negro, who is the Hebrew only physical Israelite. So it feels like we only get a 15-minute peace break. Do you feel like that sometimes, Hebrew, from time to time? But I want you to know, we have a crutch, a solid rock, a shield, and a wing that we can retreat and hide for rest and protection and safety. It is the Most High, in the Most High and His righteous laws. When you begin to factor in the most important variable, which is the Most High and His law, into your life equation, the answer, the solution, the comfort, the peace of mind, that's when it comes to you, and only then. See, when I read in Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24, but before I continue in this video that I'm making for you right now was inspired by one of my loyal subscribers. Her name is Anuya. She gave me a jewel out of the Most High's treasure chest. And this jewel sometimes slips my mind from time to time. It's Proverbs chapter 20, verses 24. See, I forget this sometimes. When I'm just looking at life, this is just what happens as a human on the earth. And remember, the humans are only the Negroes. All the other people, the heathens, are just regular people. They're not human. Human, they're not. They're just people. They're the beasts of the field. They're the drop that falls from a bucket. They're the small dust of the balance. They are a very little thing to the Most High. They're vanity and less than vanity. Nothing and less than nothing to the Most High. This message is for the Hebrew Israelite. When you read Proverbs 20:24, this jewel slips my mind. I'm just thinking things just happen. You know, everything's not going to be perfect. That's just the way the ball rolls. No. It's because of Proverbs 20, verse 24. Man's going are of the Most High. How can a man then understand his own ways? When you read it in the New International Version, it reads like this. A person's steps are directed by the Most High. How then can anyone understand their own ways? So if you are a regular listener or subscriber to the Hebrew on the Island channel, if you're a regular subscriber, you already know that I'm a Torah and Tanakh based Israelite only. You should also know that the only way you prove any biblical topic or thing you're talking or discussing about is by the law and the prophets. The law, which is the Torah, and the prophets are the Nevi'im in the writings, the Nevi'im. You have the Nevi'im and the Ketuvim. The Ketuvim are the writings, and the Nevi'im are the prophet sayings. Nothing here on the Hebrew on the Island has to do with the New Testament, only if I have to reference it to denote something, to describe something to you, or the fake Jesus. Or the Yahweh, it's all the same. It's a trick. To get you away from the old path. When you read Jeremiah 6:16, it says, "As for the old path, which is the good way, and walk therein. Jeremiah 6:16. That's what the Hebrews forgot back then, and still they forgot it today. The old path. What's the old path? The law. You wouldn't even need the prophets if you were keeping the law. When you read Numbers chapter 14, I'm paraphrasing because I'm not there. It says, Caleb, my servant, he had a different spirit. He followed me fully. And then the Most High led him into the promised land. There was no prophets telling anything. Moses was a prophet and speaking, but there was no other prophet or the right. There was no Nevin or Ketuvim. There was just the law. Moses was the lawgiver, giving the law. Prophets is just telling us to come back to the old path, which is the good way, and walk therein. And that has been our problem. It's telling us, Hebrews, that your whole life experience is pre-planned, organized, directed by the Most High alone. Nothing that happens to you is by chance or happenstance, luck, or whatever you want to say. Your entire life cycle, your entire life experience and situations have been planned and assigned to you by the Most High. Predestination. That's what you call predestined. So all the good that has come into your life and all the bad that has come into your life as well has been sent via the Most High, the Elohim of righteousness, the Elohim of Israel. It has been sent to you. Come with me to Isaiah 45:5. Isaiah 45:5. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and I create evil. I, the Most High, do all these things. So everything good, everything bad is not a coincidence, a happenstance. I wonder why this is happening to me. Oh, they're always picking on me. Oh, I'm always losing money. Oh, I'm struggling financially. Oh, my health is not good. Oh, my marriage sucks. Or my marriage is good. Or my financial situation is good. My kids are treating me good. My kids are treating me bad. My racist neighbors hate me. All these racist people at my job. All of this is all that you can think of and imagine is coming via the Most High. All your steps and your path and situations and experiences is directly sent via the Most High. Come with me to Isaiah 44 verse 24. Isaiah 44 verse 24. And I'm not going to read the whole thing. You read it. Take a pen out. Mark down the verses and things that I'm saying. Hit stop, replay, and do it. I'm going to read you the part that I want you to understand out of Isaiah 44 verse 24. Isaiah chapter 44 verse 24. I am the Most High that maketh all things. Read the whole verse. It's not being taken out of context. That's the part of the verse that I want you to know. Read the whole thing. Isaiah 44 verse 24. The part that I want you to emphasize is, I am the Most High that maketh all things. Hebrews, all things mean all things. Good things and good situations, and bad things and bad situations, for all things. The Most High is the author of your entire life experience, good and bad. Come with me to Amos 3:6. Amos 3:6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city and the Most High have not done it? He's the one doing it to you and me. Good and bad. Good and bad. Come with me to Deuteronomy 32:39. Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 39. See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hands. The Most High has orchestrated everything in your life, from your first breath until your last breath, alone. Fate didn't do it, Hebrews. Your finances didn't do it. Health problems didn't do it. Family problems didn't do it. Job problems didn't do it, or your stress coming from all directions didn't do it. Physical Israelites who are only the Negroes with Negro fathers. The Most High has done it to you. Has given it to you. Good and bad. He has provided blessing for our unique supreme nation. But as usual, many of our people refuse his mercy and his kindness and his avenue of escape of the evil that he's going to do to you. He has provided this for his children. And he only wants us to be obedient and listen to his law. But what did we do? Come with me to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1 and 2. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1 and 2. I'm going to show you what he has provided for us. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1 and 2. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Most High, thy Elohim, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I commanded thee this day, that the Most High thy Elohim will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. Verse 2 of Deuteronomy chapter 28. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee. The same many blessings you're going to get, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Most High thy Elohim. But no, stiff-necked, rebellious Negroes love to go left. He, which is the Most High, gave us a command. The Most High didn't give us a choice or ask us for a suggestion or opinions on the topic. He just told us to keep his law. But we want to go left. Our ancestors want to go left. We today want to go left. We want to live. We desire most of all to live like the Grecians, like the heathen pagans. And look what has it gotten us today and in the past. You want him to bless you though, but he's not. He's going to give you evil. Remember, some of the physical Israelites strived each day to keep his law. But since the Most High also judges entire nation groups, the innocent or the ones trying hard to do the things commanded will fall into that same judgment hole. Remember, the Most High is the creator, and all things he does is righteous. So you should not even factor in the innocent being caught up in the lawless Hebrew mayhem, in that judgment hole, in captivity, in punishment. It's all righteous. Everything is the Most High. Everything is righteous what he does. All that you see, hear, and experience is the divine will, the divine decree of the Most High, good or bad, and all the time. Come with me to Deuteronomy 32:3. I'm going to read 3, verse 3, 4, 5, 6, verse 15, verse 16, verse 17, verse 18, 19, 20, 21, and 23. I'm jumping around. Come with me. Deuteronomy chapter 32, starting at verse 3. Because I will publish the name of the Most High. See, sometimes I can't even read my own chicken scratch. I write all my videos out. I don't just do them impromptu because I don't want to forget important aspects of my video. So I make sure that I don't by writing it down. But my writing sometimes is crazy looking, atrocious. Sometimes I can't even read it. Deuteronomy 32:3. Because I will publish the name of the Most High, ascribe ye greatness unto our Elohim. Verse 4 of Deuteronomy 32. He is the rock, his work is perfect, for all his ways are judgment. Let me read that again. Verse 4 of Deuteronomy 32. For all his ways are judgment, a Elohim of truth and without iniquity, just and right is he. So all his ways is judgment. Do you think you're going to escape doing bad things? And the bad things are things that violate his law. So if you're not striving to try to keep his law, what do you expect? You're going to expect punishment because he's your father. You see your wicked neighbors, your wicked co-workers, your wicked relatives, and wicked people walking the street doing all type of evil, and it looks like they're getting over. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of them are getting over. But they're going to be punished at the end. They're going to be permanent slaves. They're going to be ruled with an iron rod and be dashed to pieces as a potter's vessel. But in this system, they're thriving. because there's no punishment, because they have no father. They have a creator, but the father of the only people on the earth are the Israelites. Elohim is only our father. So he's going to punish his wicked, rebellious, stubborn children. That's why you're getting punished. That's why I get punished. That's why you receive good. That's why you receive evil out of your life. Because you have a father who loves you and is going to correct you. It's all about correction. And when will you get the memo? Deuteronomy 32, verse 5. They have corrupted themselves. Their spot is not the spot of his children. They are perverse and crooked generation. Verse 6 of Deuteronomy 32. Do ye thus requite the Most High, O foolish people and unwise? Is not he thy father that hath brought thee? Have he not made thee and established thee? See, you wicked Negroes, which are the Israelites, you've forgotten. You put it aside. You put it under a rug. Verse 15 of Deuteronomy chapter 32. But Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked, that thou art waxed fat, thou art grown thick, thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook Elohim, which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation. Number one, when you read Deuteronomy 32 verse 15, it says Jeshurun. That is my middle name that I have given to myself. Sorry, you've seen me. I'm not in the hot climate. I had to come to the cold region to do some paperwork. So that's why you see me with a hoodie on. I'm not in the tropics. I can't wait to get back. But anyway, my name is I.S.U.P.K, Israel. Yeshurun means the upright. The Most High looks at his people as the upright. But we're in a state of backsliding. God, we have gone back. But our name is Jeshurun. Yeshurun. Because there's really no J in the Hebrew. So it's really Yeshurun. When you read Deuteronomy 32:15, it said, but Jeshurun, which is Yeshurun, has waxed fat. When you look up Resum, it means the upright. And I put that in my name because that's what I desire to be, Anu. Anu in the modern Hebrew means the meek. And Yeshurun or Jeshurun means the upright. So the Most High says in Jeremiah 32, he says, I have created all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me? Well, in one of my prayers that I pray all the time, the Most High says, there's nothing too hard for you. Give me the ability to live out my name. Anu, the meek, Yeshurun, the upright of Israel. I want to be a meek person, an upright person in our nation, which will be an elect person. So anyway, it says we have grown fat. It says we have forsook Elohim, which made us. And we lightly esteem it. We don't think nothing of it. We don't care about our salvation, what he's made us above all other nations. We don't care about that. Verse 16 of Deuteronomy 32. They provoked him, the Most High, to jealousy with strange gods. With abominations provoked they him to anger. What's the strange God we provoked him with anger? He's called Jesus Christ. He's called I.S.U.P.K, calling the Holy Spirit and all these trinities and Islam and cobblestones and crosses and fishes and New Age and Wiccan, witchcraft and voodoo and Santeria and world materialism, and it goes on and on. Those are your other gods, your success, your house, your portfolio, your bank account, your societal status, your car. Those are your strange gods. They provoked him to jealousy with strange gods, with abominations provoked they him to anger. Verse 17 of Deuteronomy 32. They sacrificed unto devils, not to Elohim, to gods whom they knew not, to new gods that came newly up, which I said before, aka Jesus, Islam, etc., etc., whom your fathers feared not. Verse 18 of Deuteronomy 32. Of the rock that begot thee, thou art unmindful, and hast forgotten Elohim that formed thee. Verse 19 of Deuteronomy 32. And when the Most High saw it, he abhorred them. He hated them because of the provoking of his sons. We are the sons and of his daughters of the Most High. You made him mad back then, our forefathers, and you're making him mad and angry and abhorring us today by your way you live, how you don't consider him. You don't consider the covenant, marital covenant relationship we have with the Most High. You don't respect him. And he's given us everything. You've provoked him. Verse 21 of Deuteronomy 32. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not Elohim. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities. All those things I just mentioned to you. Your car, your college, your success, your societal status, your house, etc. And I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. And that's what he has. He's put these wicked heathen Gentiles, apex ones that are Caucasians, over top of us. He made them lords over us. When you read in Ecclesiastes chapter 10, it says there, I see servants riding upon horses and the princes walking. He switched the things. The roles have been switched. Not because the Most High is evil and you know, he even though he creates good and evil, but it wasn't because he wanted to treat us bad. It's because you're wicked. Our forefathers were wicked and you're wicked. So he made what he said. Again, I'm going to read it again. It says, verse 21 of Deuteronomy 32, they have moved me to jealousy with that which is not Elohim. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. Talking about the heathen. So stop looking at them. Oh, they're important, they're equal. No, they're not. He says, and out of the law, this is saying. He said, I'm gonna move you to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. They're foolish people. They're not equivalent to us. And that has made me angry, and it should make you angry. You know, you got these fools ruling over us. We got these no people ruling over us. Even though in their minds, they think they're high and mighty. They don't, because they don't know the scripture. Isaiah 40 verse 15 and 17 tells how the Most High feels about it. He says, they're nothing, less than nothing, vanity, a drop that falleth from a bucket, small dust of the balance, not a big thing. But they don't know the scripture, so they'll never read Isaiah 40 verse 15 and 17, and many other verses. So, in their wicked minds, they think they're big and powerful and smart and great and good looking, and they're nothing. They're foolish people. Verse 23 of Deuteronomy, verse 23 of verse Deuteronomy 32. I will heap mischief upon them. I will spin mine arrows upon them. I'm going to conclude right there. So I'm going to finish up with this. So stop, Hebrews, thinking, oh, I'm just going through bad times or a bad spell. No, no, no. We as a people are still being punished. It is not over yet, but it's close. You know, you don't hear me talk about the end time events, a lot of end times, because a lot of people are doing that already. And a lot of them, you know, the Most High, you don't know. He's going to bring the hammer down when he decides to. We're in a season, of course, but I don't know when. I don't spend time a lot with that. You want to know why? Because we are still not correct. We are still mostly, our nation is mostly lawless. I'm trying to teach you and inspire you, encourage you to walk in his law, to ask for the old path, which is the good way, and walk therein. Because you're going to be judged at the end. What did you do with the time the Most High gave you? Was your desire to live like the Grecians, like the heathens, like the no people, a foolish nation? Because that's the goal of most of you guys. You want to be exactly like them, where you should be the opposite of them. So we're still being punished. That's why you don't see tons of end time where we got 3 seconds left. The end time is coming. Yeah, the end times is coming. But you know the best preparation for the end times, Hebrew, is you being in the law, striving each day to live the law, and you leave the rest to the Most High. You got to get your shit together. The end is going to come, and the Most High says He's going to take care of us. But we got to live righteous. That's what my channel is mainly to try to do, to steer you in the right direction, to encourage you to walk in the old path. So, no. We as a people are still being punished. It's not over yet, but it's close. This is why you experience all the bad and some of the good in your life. There's no other reason or outside force making your life good, moderate, or bad. It's the Most High alone. And you must get your head wrapped around the biblical concept that everything that has happened to you or will happen to you is divine and planned out and righteous. Stop thinking that you are so good and blameless that you should only be receiving good in good situations. No. Take it all and continue to thank the Most High for His mercy and pray to Him to extend more mercy unto you. Remember, all your situations that you have experienced could have been worse or be worse. Be thankful. Be thankful for all the things that are good and bad in your life. Come me to Jeremiah 30 verse 11. Jeremiah 30 verse 11. This is what it says. For I am with thee, saith the Most High, to save thee. Though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee. I will make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee. But I will correct thee in measure and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. See, Hebrews, be thankful that the Most High did not clip our wings completely off, turn the lights off completely, or shut the door on our nation completely. What happened to you in your entire life, from your first breath to your last breath and everything in between, has been pre-planned to happen to you by the Most High, and not any other force, experience, or situation has done it. It is the Most High alone. All your life steps, experiences are directed and meant to happen to you, good and bad. This should not be a surprise to you anymore. Keep the law, Hebrews. Keep the law. You now know the source of all what happens to you in your life. And you know what that is. It's that treasure that Anuya, my subscriber, said to me that I kind of forgot. Proverbs 20, verse 24. Man's going are of the Most High. How can a man then understand his own ways? A person's steps are directed by the Most High. So every step you take has been made by the Most High purposefully, that you walk in, that you experience, that you go through. So now you should have a good mind frame, a renewed mind frame, knowing that what's going on in your life is just not happenstance. Know that it's been directed by the Most High, good and bad, and be thankful. Say, thank Him. Say, you know, I don't like this uncomfortable bad situation or bad thing that happened to me, but you know what? I know you brought it to me. And everything you do is righteous, Most High Elohim. And thank Him. I know it sounds easy, but we must do it. Or it sounds hard, but we must do it. The Most High is a rewarder of them that trust in Him. So then when you do experience good times, good situations, good things in your life, hey, it's because the Most High put it in my life. And when you look at these bad people prospering, remember, this world is made for the wicked. Satan is giving his children prizes and presents, which are worldly things. So don't be surprised. Oh, they got all this stuff. Nothing bad happens to Joe over there, and I get all this bad stuff. It's planned for you. And remember, Stop holding on to things so tight. Because when the Most High has to take it out of your hands, you're going to rip your fingers off to take it out of your hands. Hold everything in your life loosely so it doesn't hurt when it comes out of your hand. And be thankful for everything that goes in your hands and comes out of your hands. Not just everything that's going in your pockets, in your bank accounts. Don't just be thankful for all the things. And then know, hey, something bad happened, the Most High planned it. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, or I know I do this wrong. Let me correct myself. Remember, all this is for correction and punishment. So let's do some self-correcting. This is a new Yesharim Israel at Hebron on the island too. Hopefully this was edifying. Until next time.